Okay guys, we come back to Masturbation digital online tutorial video to teach you how to do the TDG printing. Okay, so after you prepare the job before printing, we can start to install the Athena-Jet DTG printer. So before you install the machine, we need to prepare some tools. The first is the glove to use for load the ink and to the maintenance job to protect your finger not dirty, and also the screwdriver to lock the print head, and the scissors to cut down the protection film, and also the computer. You need to prepare the computer. The computer must be not too bad configuration. It's generally recommended to no less than 4-core CPU, and the memory is bigger than 8 gigs for high-speed print. And also the printing palette, shoes palette, t-shirt palette, and heating press machine, and printing materials. Everything was prepared, and now we can start to align the machine. We start to install the machine. Okay, so first when you get the machine from focus, the first when you open the cover, first step is to open the cover, and we can see there's a tape that fastens the belt. Okay, so the first step we need to cut down, because right now before delivery we lock the belt to protect the carriage without shaking and damage. So you cannot move the carriage; it's locked. So when we get the machine and you start to install, first we cut down the tape by scissors. Be careful to not cut down the belt. Okay, it's very important. Okay, after that we can move the carriage freely, right? Okay, so this first step. After that, let me introduce the parts and the function for each using. Okay, so at front view, we can see the machine. First, from the front, we can see here just the print screen to show the printing process and the current printing process, like ready. When you power on, it will show ready, and when doing printing, it will show the printing process by 15%, 20%, and if you get any error, any problem of the machine, it will show the error code here. So this is the printing screen, and also show some printing setting like bed action, unidirection, normal speed, high speed, will show here. And this is the image stop button. When you push down the button, then the carriage will be lack of power to protect. If you print and get the head claw, get head scratched by the material, you can push down for cut down the electricity. And when you turn by this way and pull up, you can supply the power to the carriage again. So this is the images button. And here is the printing palette. This printing palette, and here have some jigs, have some holes to do the alignment and to change the palette easier. And here this tray is for hold the t-shirt. The balance t-shirt will not put on anywhere to insert to this position to protect the movement of the table. And also the table can be moved from front to backward to front to forward. We can move later when we pop on the machine. Okay, so this is the front view of the Athena-Jet Plus DTG printer. And also here the left and right side have the touch screen for the control, left, right, forward, backward. But right now you cannot see because we cannot put the power on the machine. So later we power the machine, I will introduce the function for each for you. Okay, then when we open the cover, we can see here they have some mechanical spare parts. So first you can see there's a serial number. There's a serial number here. The serial number you can see for example, the serial number set for FSPT, and the last 4 digital is 2343. That means this is the serial number of this machine. So when your machine gets any problem, you can tell the focus support team that my serial number is what. Then we will know exactly what this machine made, who made this machine, and who's the assembly person to track the quality and find the exact problem. Okay, And here on the bottom of the code, we can see here is the belt. The belt is for carriage moving, to get the carriage moving from left to right for speed, so for printing. And at the bottom of the belt, we can see there's a linear rail. The linear rail is for high precision, and also is import out of China for high precision print. So also this linear rail must be sure it's no damage and no any dust, and also have some glue oil, some rubber oil that put on the rail to ensure the carriage can be moved freely without any noise and nothing blocked it. Okay, so this is the rail. Then we move out the carriage. We can see this position is the cap station. From the cap station, we can see there are two print head cap. First is for white ink and for color ink. And this cap station can be up down. And also this cap station is not by manually up down, it's by electronic system. So at the bottom of the cap station, there's a high precision up down control system, electronic system to make the cap station up and down to clean print head and wet print head. And also here, at the left side of the cap station, we can see this is the wiper. The wiper also can be up and down to wipe the print head surface after flashing. And it must be sure the wiper is clean and it's no damage, it's smooth, no damage. Also the rubber ring at the top of the cap station must be sure it's not damaged when you get the machine. Okay, so when we move on the top of the cap station, we can see there's a motor here. This is the flatbed. This is the carriage moving motor to get the carriage's high speed moving. It's servo motor, and also inside is some ink tubers inside, and also must be sure it's not bent for each color here. So okay, so this is the explanation for cap station. Okay, when we go to the carriage, when we open the carriage cover by 4 screws, 1, 2, 3, 4 at the left and right side of the carriage cover, we take out the cover. You can see a screw hole here. We take out screw and we can see there are some ink supply system and electronic system. At the top of the carriage board, at the top of the carriage is the carriage board. It's the control board for print head and inkjet printing. And here is the sub-ink tank for white ink, because the white ink we produced by saturation for prevent the white ink scattering. So we put a sub-ink tank here to make the ink go and back to the ink tank for saturation. And also there are some 4 color ink tubers, KCMY for color ink print head using. And each tubers we have the ink damper for each. So totally 8 ink dampers, 4 ink damper for white and 4 ink damper for color. And at the bottom of the damper is the print head adapter board, small board and a big board. We put 2 small boards, 1 and 2 small boards to ensure when you change the new print head, you no need to do an alignment again for the print head. It's a new technology. And at the left side of the carriage, we can see there's the material gap thickness automatic detect sensor and the screen here. So when you power the machine, we can see there's a digital number here to show the current thickness between the table and print head surface. And when the print head surface is over position, the alarm light will be LED light will be on to make your attention cannot move off of the position. So this is the carriage. Okay, so when we go to the flatbed, we can see here and here are 2 screw locked installed, and this is the we call it the up limit sensor. So when you put the T-shirt here up down, and because different material, different t-shirts have different thickness. For example, hoodies, jeans wear is more thickened than the t-shirt. And also the print on shoes, so we add up limit sensor here. It's for send and it's for receive. So every time if we print, you need to put the material here and make the up or down to adjust the thickness between the print head and the material before print. So when the material is over position, we will stop the motor up-down motion to protect the print head will never scratch the bad material. So this is the up-down limit sensor. But for safety, it's better to check by your eyes again before you print. Okay, so this is the table and the carriage. Okay, so when we go to the left side of the machine, and we can see here inside is the electronic system for Focus newest Athena-Jet DTG printer. There's a two lock. We push down the lock and we take it out the cover, and we can see here inside is the main electronic system. And we can see from the outside here is the up-down motor to control the flatbed up-down motion, and the motor driver go with the motor, and this motor is for flatbed from forward and backward using. And here is the main board. Is the CPU, the main board, the heart for the machine. The main board have lots of plug for motor and for sensor and for the signal cable, optical cable connect from main board to carriage board. And here is the capacitation motor board, capacitation board to control the capacitation up and down. And here is the signal box to control the up-down motion for the table, for the flatbed. And here is the power supply box to supply different voltage for the machine using, like 42, 36, 24, 12, different voltage level for different electronic parts using. And also here we can see the ball screw, 1, 2 ball screw to get the table move with high precision. So Focus newest Athena-Jet was built by industrial level. We not use the cheap one ball screw. We use the high configuration to get the table moving without any horizontal and vertical bending of lip. So they also have another 2 ball screw at another side of the machine. So this is the left side window, and almost is for electronic system. So when we go to the right side of the machine, when we open the cover, we can also see there are some electronic parts and ink supply system here. And first on the top, we can see this the cap station. And this knob is for adjustment by your hand for maintenance. Normally this knob no need to change, no need to touch, because it's up down automatically for cap station. And this inside is the up-down system to get the cap station up and down. And here's the down sensor and the motor inside and the ball screw inside. Okay, so this is the cap station up-down movement system. And when we go to down position, we can see this waste ink box for waste ink. And here also an alarm. And when we push down. And you put the battery here, and when the ink is full, it will be beep, 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 beep sound to alarm you the waste ink is full. So you need to release. You can release the ink from here, and you open the valve and open the block, and you can release the waste ink to a bottle and throw away. And I also have some tubes to connect with the pumps. And this is for pump white, for pump the white ink, and for pump C for color, and it's for white ink circulation. So the ink flow is from the ink tank to go to the ink tuber, then go to the print head, and again, then if the cap station move up to the cap station will be connect with the print head surface, and then the print head, the pump start pumping to pump the ink from print head to waste ink bottle to get the ink go through with all the supply system. So this is for pump for wet and pump for color. And this one is the wet ink saturation pump. It used for pump the ink to print to damper and go back to the ink tank over here. So this is not pump from the waste ink capsation, but pump from the ink tank, big ink tank, go to damper, and then go back to the big ink tank for wet ink. So this is the wet ink saturation pump. It's not used for cleaning. The cleaning is from here. Wet ink cleaning pump, wet ink saturation pump. So it's called WH, in and out. Okay, so this is the pump. And also go to here, we can also see as the left side, we have the high precision ball screw to get the table up and down motion. So also we build with high industrial level configuration to make the table vertical and horizontal with high precision print. Okay, so this is the right side of the machine. We can see some device for ink supply system and up-down cap station. Okay, thank you. Okay, when we go to the right side of the bottom of the machine, we can see there also have 4 ink tank for color ink. From the from the outside is black, cyan, magenta, and yellow. All the white ink and the color ink, the ink value is 500 milliliter. And also, same as the white ink at the outside of the ink bottle, we can see there's a window to check the ink level for each ink to ensure we will not print without ink. So this is the color ink supply system, ink tank for each color. Okay, when we go to the left back side of the machine, we can see this the white ink tank system. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4 ink tank, but we just need to only use the one. The second one is for white ink, so we just need to fill white ink to the second one, this one. And at the bottom of the white ink bottle, we have the white ink shaking system. The shaking with motor, the motor will be shaking to prevent the white ink without settling for long-term no using. And when you open the cover, you can see here inside there's a small magnet shaking device inside. So must be sure there's inside, not lack of the shaking tools inside. So when the magnet go with the motor down at the bottom of the white ink bottle is shaking, it's motion, rotary, and also the magnet at the middle set inside of the ink tank also will be rotary at the same time to prevent the white ink settling for long-term no using or doing print or white ink settling. So this is the white ink processing system.